gonna need a tetanus shot after that. Alright, I'm gonna do this part, and then I'm gonna have to like splice parts of this video together because I gotta go do some other stuff, but just get these nasty strings off here. Clean the thing up really good. Condition the fretboard with some fretboard conditioner. I'm surprised for the crafted in China and for what these tuning keys are, they seem to work pretty well. I tuned it up and it tuned up, fairly easy. But we're just gonna go ahead and cut this garbage off here. Cut up here. When somebody brings you something like this, kind of makes you wonder. Like I said, don't get poked. I haven't had a tetanus shot in a while. What the hell's going on here? It won't come out. Oh, Jesus. Amazing. Wow, what a skinny bridge block. Okay, really? Hello?
Hey, this is Sarah. I'm calling you from AT&T DirecTV Services. How are you today?
Oh, hi, Sarah from AT&T Direct TV Services. I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm fine as well. Thank you so much for some feedback.
Well, I really don't care, but I just thought it would be polite to, to ask. Bye. Okay, the two E strings came out. The B, G, D, and A are stuck to the bridge block. So I gotta find something, stick down in there, poke them out. Okay, I stuck this dental tool down in there that had an end on it like this, and it snapped off, but it got them out. Unbelievable. Except the G string. There we go. My Lord. Let's squirt some WD into that bridge block. Okay, I got them off. Ugh. Okay, it's still bloody hot, but it's cooled off a bit. Got a cup of juice. Okay. So here it is. The Dirty Rascal. Oh. I have to go get something. Hold on. It's always good to have Q-tips. Q-tippies. I got some musician's gear guitar strings I'm going to use. Because I don't know if this guy can even afford to pay for this. I'm going to take the whammy bar off. I am not going to do any more setup than I've already done. I'm going to take the back plate off, and I am going to access the claw because it's so tight that even with just 3 springs, you can barely push down on the tremolo arm. I'll leave it like decked, but I'm going to take some of the resistance off of it because I don't believe it needs to be that tight. So you can't see this, I'm sorry. This, what kind of, I work in my chair. You know, I sit here and work like this. Especially when I'm doing something simple like this. I just sit here and work. As I said, I think in a previous video, that I learned, oh, Jesus, Lord, I learned something about organization, and that is throw things away. Okay, now what I'm going to use is our favorite purple cleaner, Kaboom, that cleans anything and everything, and I don't want any grief about what I'm using or why. I'm going to wipe it with paper towel because nothing is going to damage this finish. Okay, what you do is you wait for this stuff to turn white. And once it turns white, it lifts the gunk off. And I mean it lifts it off. It takes it off. Bigly. It just immediately removes all the grime and everything. And the finish on this guitar is not the greatest anyway. It's been beat up. It's got nicks and scuffs and scratches. I mean, it's pretty. I've always loved Sunburst. Absolutely, you know. I've always liked the Sunburst. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the front. All of it. Because it all needs it. The grime on this neck, I'll condition the neck, but the grime on this neck is just, oh my God, it's bad. It's bad. And this is made in China Fender. This is, from what I've been told, this is the bottom of the barrel. Even that left-handed one that I turned into a Jimi Hendrix one that I gotta get a volume pot for, and I think I have one out in the garage. See, it's just lifting the grime off the pickguard. I'll just let it soak down there for a minute and I'll clean the headstock off. But I've been told that those are the better ones, the standard series. I'll just wipe this all off. I mean, it cleans right up with a Kaboom. Kaboom is amazing. And I did raise the pickups up a little bit because they were cranked way down and all uneven and different. And you could tell somebody had put a screwdriver to every screw on this guitar at some point or another. Every screw'd been messed with. It's painfully obvious. Plainfully obvious. So now I take the Q-tips and I get down here in these bridge saddles, clean all that out. You know, I might even take a little shot. I'll squirt a little shot of WD-40 into each hole in the bridge block for the string holes. Because remember how when I was taking the strings off, they were all stuck, and I had to stick a wire probe down in there to get them loose, to break them loose, because they had just attached themselves to the bridge block, trim block, that, you know, they were stuck. They were stuck. Guess I could take the knobs off. Find something to do that with. Ah, my trusty knob removing tool. Oh yeah, there's some grime. This works really good for taking knobs off. It is a trimming tool for the plastics industry, molding industry, to mold the flash off molded parts. It's very, very sharp. But yeah, there's a lot of grime where the knobs were. Oh my, plastic. Imagine that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, didn't clean up too bad so far. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then I will condition the neck, so I'll come back for that. Okay, I've got some Gurlitz Guitar Honey here. I'll spray that in there. Stick a Q-tip down in this truss rod hole and clean that out a little bit. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. We'll rub this in. Now I adjusted the truss rod and got the relief and everything earlier, and I did it before I took the strings off. But I will certainly check it again. Okay. The question is, where's the WD-40? Where's the WD-40? Why I'd even settle for some WD-30? Well, I was certain that it was here because it always stays right here. So I'll have to go to another room and get a different can. The man-sized can. Just a little squirt into each hole where the string goes through the trim block. Let me show you this mess. Look at how skinny that trem block is. And how this person has these springs on here. Absolutely hilarious. We will straighten that out straight away. Maybe. Man, you gotta be kidding. These screws are like all the way in. They wanted that puppy not moving. I'll tell you that right now. Shit. Okay, there's one done. Get the other one. Pull it out at that end. Put it back at that end. That's the way I like the springs. Personal preference. There's no right, there's no wrong. Right, wrong, right, wrong. And squirt a little contact cleaner down here in the switch. I'm not going to take the cover off because I didn't hear any noise. But I'll spray it anyway, like this. Just down through the crack. Wiggle it around. Man, some of this dirt, just dirty. Just dirty. Okay. Let's get started. Are you kidding me? Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. No E string. I know what happened there. Be right back. Okay, I checked this set to make sure all the strings were there. And they are. And we'll start with number 6. Get it open. I bought these Musician's Gear strings because they come individually wrapped like that. And for occasions like this, that left-handed guitar, making it a righty, in case you're playing or you're doing something here at home and a string breaks and you don't want to like break up a set of good strings. And I don't order single strings anymore. I used to, but I don't. I find out that they lay around and get rusty. A rust on you. Okay, get the 5th string. Oh, come on. Oh, there they are. I know watching a guy string a guitar is just too exciting. But these strings are like $250 a set or whatever, and they're not great. They're not the best, but they're perfectly fine. And especially for something like this, where you don't even know how serious the person is going to be. I don't even know if he actually plays at this moment. From the shape the guitar he brought it to me in, I'd say no. And it might be because the guitar was in that shape. I can't believe this isn't anything he couldn't have figured out how to do by himself. I learned, how to do a lot of this stuff by the time I was 12, 13 years old. I mean, really, man. I know a drummer, and he'd play. He started in school band playing drums, but then he got a drum set and he took drum lessons, and he was 13 or 14 years old, and he was a good drummer, especially for that age. But when he'd get a gig, like a fill-in gig, and he'd play with us, the Blues Project, occasionally. The guy Jimmy would have this guy Bobby play. His mom and dad had to set his drums up for him and tear them down, and it was like something you need to learn to do. Definitely need to learn to do that. Okay, we're at the third string now. Halfway there. And we'll tune her up. We'll stretch them all out. Tune it up. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. And what seems to be the problem? You're going to tell me there's a piece of string in there or something? No, I'm just not hitting the hole. That's no good. The other thing about these cheesy trim blocks, God, I mean that's the thinnest trim block I've ever seen in my life. Oh, do. Got two string trees for the D and G and the E and A and B, E and B. I usually take the D and G one off. I'm not gonna, because this isn't mine. So I'm not gonna take that string tree off. And just so you know, Yngwie Malmsteen takes that string tree off. The one for the A and the D. Yes, he does. There I was, in the hall of the Mountain King. Second string, second string. Okay. Almost there, folks. then I'll stretch these out, take a break, come back. I'll tune it up and everything, and then I'll come back as soon as I get this string on. Okay, I'll finish this up and come back. Gotta. Got a messed up jack. Got a lot of low end on this. Feels better with the 9s on it than it did the 10s. Hands are sweaty really bad. Well, what I did was I tightened the trim block down. Or I loosened it until the bridge just started to float, and then I brought it back down. So now it's not so damn hard to push down. If this was my only guitar, I wouldn't be afraid to gig it out at all. You know, it would be fine with me. You know, depending on what level and such I was at, and you know what we were doing. It would certainly make a decent backup guitar for somebody that was playing and, you know, had playing outside in the weather, you know, and maybe in the sun or whatever, and you don't want to take a real expensive guitar out and risk it to the elements. You know, I could see it. I could see it. So let's put this back plate on. Call this done. Call the kid up tomorrow. Maybe I'll just message his dad on Facebook and say, hey, Tom, Kevin, I'm done working on Kevin's guitar. We're playing on the 4th of July. If he wanted to, he could come pick it up the same place where he brought it to me at, the Triangle Lounge at Geneva on Lake, Ohio. Sunday, 2 to 6. Party on the patio. So, you know, Squire by Fender. We've all had them. We've all seen them. We've all fixed them. This thing was just filthy. That's the whole issue with it. It was just bad and dirty. everything worked. As soon as I brought it home and plugged it in, tuned it up, I knew everything worked. All the switches and everything worked. There wasn't any issue with that. Everything works. Still need to stretch the strings. Alright, well, that's it. That's the that's the Squier. So I'll call them up, tell them it's done. Alrighty.